Fake it and number 039 semicolon till you fake it. You know, sometimes you have those days. Or weeks, even. Where the sun doesn't quite shine, metaphorically or actually, Liz Breslin writes. Where screen time / insomnia / family issues, the bottom line / bad hair / migraines, patriarchal nonsense / deadlines weigh heavily and humorlessly over everything you do. Whoever says life should be on an even keel of happy joy isn't paying honest attention to the truths and the tides and the rhythms of things. But since we seem to be living more and more in a superficial culture of sound bites and manicured appearances, and since faking it has been largely recognized as a good strategy, here are my top 6 ways to maintain an illusion of plain sailing in your life. There is only so much coffee you can drink. I know because I have done extensive research on this subject. You're welcome. Tea can be used in myriad ways as a buffer for faking the normality of life. Best and most effective, at work, make a cup of tea, walk around the office, campus holding it and looking like you are existing with purpose. Even better if you have keys on a lanyard and or shoes that make good clicky sounds as you walk. It doesn't matter if you ever get around to drinking the tea. Drinking it is not the point. Especially do not get trapped into sitting down with someone for a nice cup of tea and actually talking. That's just risky behavior. You have an illusion to maintain here. Colorful makeup. Yellow mascara. Lollipop nails. Glittery shoulders. Hoes looking at puffy eye bags? It's like Frank Abagnale Jr. says in Catch Me If You Can, that's the reason the Yankees always win. Nobody can keep their eyes off the pinstripes. Well, it's not exactly like that, but it's the same principle being used by magicians, pinstripe suit wearers, shoddy sellers and governments the world over. Look here, not here. Activewear. Don't think of this as buying into the stereotype of a sloth in lycra. Nine-tenths of one who cannot be wrong. swap your teacup for a water bottle and your clicky shoes for trainers. Boom. You're on your way to a personal best. Even if it is just a personal best impression of having somewhere to go and wanting to get there. Winner. Some superheroes wear scarves. Actually, can you think of a single superhero that wears a scarf? Neither. But there was one day in 1996 where two people called me chic, and I'm pretty sure it was because of the scarf I was wearing. And it wasn't even pinstriped. And all those fashionistas can't be wrong. Can they? Wearing a scarf puts the problems of the world into perspective. Oh wait. No, it doesn't. It just makes your to-do list look chicer. Loud music. Not in a crazed in the car Thelma and Louise way, especially not during school drop-off/pickup times. Not while you're trying to maintain an illusion. But loud music is epic for covering snivels, for covering the fact you don't know the words, and for drowning out requests for anything else from anyone else that might tip your precarious mental balance. Sorry, what's that, darling? I can't hear you over my carefully curated mix of Enter Sandman, Gloria, Patti Smith, None of Your In Excelsis Dio, and Asaf Aviden and the Mojos wailing their One Day Reckoning song. Stay away from Nat King Cole, Simon and Garfunkel, and anyone else who is going to get you to smile though your heart is breaking across troubled waters. You're busy faking it, remember, not laying you down. Earbuds. See above, musically speaking, except you can even just wear one earbud and talk or sing to yourself as you walk around. Because that's what passes for sanity these days. Come to think of it, maybe it's the rest of the world that's off kilter and you're completely fine. Okay then, as you were. This too shall pass. Oh look, here comes the sun. Embrace the ride.